Dump the gun right there.
Hello, and welcome to another.
Uh-oh.
Hello, and welcome to another. Hello, and welcome to another fun, exciting stream of Ghost Trick. I'm making sure that we're getting our streams on both locations. It looks like we're okay. So
It sounds like we're okay too.
yeah. So here we are. Wow, that was fast, Rito. You were here the moment we started. Like, bam! I'm glad you're such a dedicated viewer. I hope you enjoy more Ghost Trick. That's what we're getting into today. And Thea, whoa! Also getting here quick. What's the trickery? What?
Ghost trickery.
That trickery?
I think so.
Is it also ghostery? Ghostery and trickery? So here we go.
Detectivery.
Yes. Alright, so...
Oh boy, 4 a.m.
We're getting close. Yeah. We have gone from AM to PM to AM. By mistake of the devs at one point. The ghostly snort. The ghostery trickery. Here we go!
Ghost trick is a good some reason.
Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang.
Hello?
This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you.
You'll need my power! So welcome Rito, welcome Thea Combs, and welcome Cool Nerd. Control room.
Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end.
Yeah, looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight.
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. I'd better go.
I could have sworn we got more exposition from Pigeon Man. Maybe it's later.
A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel. But that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. Welcome to the Yanoa. Detective Jowd.
I think it's the...
Oh, he's the big guy.
My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark.
I think I was doing like kind of a higher, like kind of like this voice. I can't remember exactly what I was doing before, but that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd.
I use your phone. Hope you don't mind.
Egad! Never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate.
And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine, eh?
But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew whether Yanoa was going to surface, confound it!
We detectives have a little saying. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. The bullet the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it.
I've a little something for you.
Cabanella has given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch.
Yes, Inspector Cabanella. I hear he's an excellent investigator.
By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on this submarine somewhere.
Ah, Sissel, you mean?
You!
You can relax. That's nothing but his shell.
His shell, eh?
His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely, right about now, he's controlling your daughter.
Please, I beg you, let my daughter go! If you need a hostage, take me! Just please, let her go!
There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip?
Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers.
What? What in the world was that?
The Kensic fragment. It gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned.
What are you talking about?
What a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Farewell.
What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Chowd! Where did he go? What now? I think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I better find them, fast. So you're here, huh?
It's Sissel!
Yes, I think I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago?
I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog.
What with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better.
Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla.
Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out?
I'm sorry to say, I don't think it can.
Why did I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects, so let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together.
You got it!
Telephone's ringing.
Wow! It's Miss Camilla! I just know it! My trusty nose is practically screaming it at me!
I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing.
You bet!
I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. Got a bad feeling about this.
Sissel, look! The black pillow! It came off the hook!
Uh-oh, I better answer it fast.
Hello? Is anybody there?
It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you?
Somebody please answer!
I guess she can't hear my voice.
You too, huh? Oh good, I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me! Lynn is...
She said Lynn.
Lynn!
We better hurry.
Let's go, Sissel!
Let's go to there. Oh no.
It's no use. Nobody's answering.
Oh man, she got dead again.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Camilla! Miss Lynn! Oh, poor Miss Lynn!
Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. Looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, you little lady.
Sissy, I knew you'd come. Miss Camilla! Miss Camilla! And Missile too. I'm so glad to see you're all right. Well, I wouldn't say I'm all right exactly. Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What? My voice?
Huh. That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before when he saved her that time.
So that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you. Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born, you little doggy.
Hey, Missile. Could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while?
Huh? Don't you need my powers?
I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Missile.
I should talk to her, I guess. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, Sissy?
Could you tell me what happened to you? What happened after I last saw you at your old house?
Oh, let's see. After that, I think I fell asleep. I woke up to the sound of an engine.
So she was already in the submarine by then, huh?
I thought to myself, I have to escape. The next thing I knew, I found myself in this big room. I was so tired, I couldn't move. And then... Camilla! I was so relieved, I don't remember what happened after that.
She must have passed out, poor thing. You've been through so much. You were very brave.
I think Lynn's probably been through more than me.
You've both been brave.
Oh, Sissel, you're here!
Lynn, what in the world happened here?
I don't know.
Huh?
I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Yeah, guess you wouldn't know in that case.
And where's Detective Jowd? Is he alright?
Room. I don't know.
Huh?
The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden.
Now it's all making even less sense than before. After we left the super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanella fired into him with the bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jowd and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. And then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Before long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Jowd and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. I found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. She had escaped and run away here.
Wow, it's quite an adventure. What happened next?
I don't know.
Huh?
There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Oh boy, sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. Minutes before death.
Camilla, are you okay?
She's possessed.
Camilla? Hello, Lynn. Or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camilla back. She has nothing to do with any of this. Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance. The phone is ringing. It's not for me. Nobody ever calls me dead. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Revenge plan? It didn't happen and I did it. his execution. Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter?
I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry for what happened to you.
But revenge? Nobody could possibly know what I...
What in the world? An explosion?
No, I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had?
Look out!
Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand.
Of course not. You're not him.
She's right. I'm not him, am I?
He was gonna shoot Detective Jowd as Camilla when he came to rescue her. It's just too horrible.
Anyway, let's bring you back to life again.
You didn't have to add the again part. I like her floating soul.
So let's see. Cause of death this time is a mysterious explosion. You're pretty up for a dead woman.
You know how detectives love a good mystery. It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean for a dead woman?
Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion.
All right, let's do this thing. Finding clues is like a dose of minerals to a detective.
I'm afraid with my memory loss, I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are.
Are you okay? What? Camilla? Ah, you're gonna have to hitch a ride on the gun when it gets in range.
It's been 10 years.
Are you? We've had this dialogue. It's a good thing you can't fix the machine gun.
Make it shooter. That would be a funny way to change things. Just kill her yourself.
I changed your fate. Now we can go back 4 minutes earlier. Nah. Hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver.
Somehow manage? Who's to say that's not how I planned it?
Come on, hurry. Now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jowd.
She's right. I better check it out.
Hello? Anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here. On the double. We're about to head out. Speak up. Why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving.
It'd be interesting to see where it goes. I don't know if it would save her, but we might get some interesting,
Info.
yeah.
So it must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts on board. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom.
Who's he calling restless ghosts?
Well, it's true. Neither one of us is really resting in peace.
Anyway, it looks like the sub just lost one of its crew.
Huh. Guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly.
That didn't change anything.
Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip. Metal Gear.
It's Detective Jowd! What's going on there?
I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, the man in red's gonna get his Timsic fragment taken away.
don't get it. What's happening?
They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just gonna go ahead and steal the Timsic fragment.
Huh? But that's cheating!
I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where's the Timsic fragment going to go? Oh, I need to lower it. Oh, turning a valve's gonna do anything.
Just hang there for
Yeah,
a bit.
it'll probably drop down here.
I like that they're consistent with the radiation effect.
There's a telephone here.
You can't dial in the past, though.
Right.
Although you'd think that they'd make it out of, like, lead or something.
Like a bag full.
The Timsic fragment. You're mine at last. Well, time to kill myself.
He's like rubbing it on his forehead.
The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned.
Yes, sir. Farewell, sir.
Boop.
Sissel, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jowd in it.
Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jowd can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady.
I can't believe this is happening.
Now then, I'd better hurry along. Before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me, you know what will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel.
Psycho Mantis. So that's the cause of that giant explosion.
Huh? What is?
Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. It's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes more readily to mind.
It looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good. We have to do something before that torpedo is fired. We can't let it launch.
What can we do?
Let's just get to the torpedo as fast as we can. Maybe we can find a way to stop it somehow.
Somehow.
A true detective never gives up.
Well, we certainly can't just ignore it. There's no time. It's gonna launch.
Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it.
What? How?
Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do, I hope.
Why was the "I hope" at the end of the strongest part of that sentence?
Okay, here goes. Thunder, no!
I came along for the ride without giving it much thought. But was this really the best move?
I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too.
How in the world did it get in here? Is this another beat up the rat?
This is probably the detonator. Hey, don't press it. The torpedo will explode.
Uh-oh, better be careful.
But, you know, there should be a safety device around here somewhere.
Safety device, huh? Sounds promising.
We have to put the safety on before this thing blows up. I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort.
Spinning black things, right?
Apparently, their spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy.
Wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow.
You don't know how a torpedo works?
Nope, can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot.
I saw it explained once in a book. On impact, the fuse in the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator.
Detonator, huh? That must be that red button. So how do we stop it?
They didn't explain anything about that in the book.
Wow, detectives sure know a lot, or not. Let's get it.
This looks like just the thing. If we clamp this thing on the fuse, it should keep it from moving.
So what does that mean exactly?
It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this.
I have to admit, I don't understand all the details, but I do want to give it a try.
But before we can do that,
Looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh? Not sure I understand exactly how it was supposed to. Great, we've dumped the little creature off.
wow, those weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for that safety device.
Right.
I'm not sure I understand. It solves it anyway.
Yeah. There, we clamped the safety device on.
We did it! That should keep the torpedo from exploding. But there's just one problem.
Problem? What's that?
The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that.
Uh-oh.
Squish the rat. We performed surgery on a torpedo. Do it again. You solved it before you Now we squished the rat.
What was that noise?
Huh. Looks like the torpedo still hit the sub.
But it looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. Sissel, we did it! What's the matter? You still looking happy?
We stopped the torpedo from blowing up, but we still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine.
Huh, you're right, I guess.
I guess that's just what missiles do. They're unstoppable.
Huh? Am I hearing things? Anyway, guess we better get back to the present as quickly as we can.
Right, I'm worried about Camilla.
But something happens if you try again?
I'm not sure.
Oh well.
We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Uh-oh. Water seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I'd better go meet up with Lynn. Also, just for the record, I don't think you would get enough velocity out of a torpedo to punch a hole in the side of a submarine. You have to have it blow up.
Well, this nation's use of technology is a little bit off.
If you try to squish the rat twice, it'll learn. Each of the three machines is equipped with a fan. Now that I take a closer look, it appears there are two sizes of fan. Lights went out, but this machine apparently still works. Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long. But maybe I can use its movements to help me create a path.
Oh well.
I'd better hurry over to Lynn. It's not safe to stay here. And I just don't have the power to stop that water from coming in.
Lynn. Camilla, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Camilla! Oh, Missile, you're here. Oh, poor Miss Camilla. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. And Missy is here, too. I'm so happy everybody's going to be with me now.
So many puzzles.
Camilla! Miss Camilla! I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do. Oh, I think I'm gonna cry.
Or whimper, as the case may be. I'd better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here before it's too late.
Okay, I said I'd get you out of here, Camilla. But it's dark. I can barely see. Now what?
Out of ideas already? I think she's asking for my help. I should send her a signal.
Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel. He's here. Up you go. To be fair, if there's another ghost around, there's 3 ghosts hanging around. Could be any of them, really. I'm glad you're here, Sissel.
Sorry for the wait. Looks like this room is going to fill up with water fast. We better get out that door as quick as we can.
We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure is too great already. I can't open it.
What? What does water pressure mean?
Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here.
So the only way out of here is up, huh?
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up.
Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow.
Good idea. Let's try it.
Oh, and by the way.
Yeah?
I can't swim. Neither can Camilla.
Don't you have any good news for me?
Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? She skipped swimming lessons at detective school. There must be a switch or something somewhere that lowers the ladder, provided the person who designed the sub didn't miscalculate the ladder length.
I didn't even consider that possibility.
And I have to warn you, I can't swim, neither can Camilla.
Yeah, you told me.
Maybe that valve? Oh. Nothing like the power of steam.
There's a door here too, but it's stuck or something. I can't open it. I'll leave it to your superhuman strength, detective.
The hook's hooked on the walkway. I think you can reach that lever.
With the closed box.
Yeah. You did it, Sissel! Thanks! Swimming is so easy, though. Skill issue. Shaking my head.
Where do you think you're going? The obviously wrong way.
What was that?
Looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about.
Huh? Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore!
Don't get mad at me.
Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know. You can fix it with your powers.
Okay, that's just taking things too far.
Oh, hey, great! Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something?
That's a cruel question considering the circumstances. Now all we have to do...
Get to that door and we're safe.
That looked very painful.
Did anyone else think so much hate at first? No.
Ow.
I used to think it was suck my something.
Shh.
What happened now?
Looks like this submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs.
I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet.
Come on now, as if the latter could be true.
What now? The water sure is rising fast.
Come on. You'll just have to go up to the top. We'll see how I can help with my ghost tricks. Well, well, I think I see a familiar flame over there.
Sissel, there you are. How's it going?
How's it going? I'd say it's going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous this situation is, don't you?
Of course. After all, just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath.
Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies?
Of course.
So that's the other size, but I'm not sure if it's helpful or not to do that. It's a tiny one.
Remember, if you want to get anything actually started, you need Sissel.
The question is, but how do I do that?
Huh.
Because I can't go anywhere.
That's weird.
It's like I have a tiny fan down here now. Is that helpful? No.
Is there anything you can swap around up there as missile that might get something in position for Sissel to get around? I have an idea.
What idea do you have?
Look at those pipes so you can swap them around.
They're both broken.
Yeah, but see how different ones vent the steam in different ways.
Yeah, and I want to blow the glove down, I guess.
Yeah.
That didn't seem to do anything.
Maybe that one.
But I had them all over there.
Oh,
Oh, I could have popped down now. Or before. When she was looking down. I have to find a way for Lynn to get to the top.
A woman who can't swim and an ambitious woman. They both head for the top.
To do that, I need to create some kind of footholds for her.
A woman who can't swim and a sensible woman. They both keep their feet on the ground.
okay, so you have to... Okay, so make sure Missile's out of the way so Sissel can get in. So I guess pipe swapping, we'll worry about that later.
Keep accidentally hitting the wrong one.
go up is easier said than done when I'm holding Camilla.
I know. We're gonna try to create a path for you somehow.
The water just keeps on rising. Please hurry. Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you?
You can't swim. Neither can Camilla.
Oops, I already said that, didn't I? Okay, well, good luck. Dying in the present is interesting. That's a very interesting sentence out of context. I mean, to be fair, this whole thing is you trying to avert her death, so it makes sense. So I know what to do, but I'll let you try to work it out.
Do I need to be on the fans? Get my Doge down there. Swap me up.
Okay, Sissel, what do we do? I'm ready.
Here's little doggy who's raring to go after his rest. We have to create a path that will get Lynn up to the top and fast. So we look for anything and everything we can move and try things out.
How about if we tip the whole submarine?
If we could do that, there wouldn't be any problem.
Well, in any case, I'm ready and raring to go.
Actually, probably need to switch it back. Maybe.
These pistons sticking out right in front of me. It's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge?
Might be just that. Think you can climb them?
If I wasn't holding Camille, I could probably do it easily. Sissel! You're not telling Miss Camille to leave poor Miss Camille behind, are you?
Would you please just be quiet for a minute, Missile? Ah, those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage. So I just gotta swap these suckers around, I guess, until we can get the result I want, which would be probably getting a smaller one here. So now I've got 3 sizes. Stairs. How about that?
Wow, this is great! You made a staircase for me!
You better hurry. I don't think that water's gonna wait for you.
Nice of the water to wait at convenient intervals.
Yeah.
Ouch! Now the steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through.
What?
And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can!
We have to. Doggy time.
I think you can get up if you... Yeah.
I can make them talk.
Darn, this thing called water. Look what it's done.
Huh?
Just a second ago it was chilling me to the bone, and now it's hitting me as steam hot enough to melt a person. My boots and my coat are soaking wet. Water just pours out of them when I move. How dare that water treat you like that? Here, let me lap it all up for you. You better not, Missile. It's salt water.
Sounds like she's starting to get crabby. Okay, I'm working on it.
Look at this! If I swap the pipes...
It changes how the steam comes out, huh?
Oh, I get it. Because the cracks in each pipe are different, right?
So each pipe sprays out its steam in a different way, huh? I bet that will come in handy. Alright, another small steam here.
Cleared the same. Swap 44 things.
And then I need a small jet coming from the top, or no jet.
Here comes that water again.
Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you.
No, Missile, it's too salty.
I think more relevant point is that he's dead, so he can't drink it.
Whatever, just do something about this steam.
Leave me, Miss Lynn.
Thanks, Sissel.
Is there another pipe somewhere, maybe? Because it looks like that one pipe is just completely unusable.
That sprays out both sides.
Yeah.
Or is there a way for me to get up there?
Yeah, you have to run the starter and ride up. Sissel. Oh, I bet you can spin that.
Yeah, that'll change something.
You have to wait for the piston to pop up. And now you can put that,
So by closing this valve, I've shut off the steam flow to the first pipe. There, how does that look?
Looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared up out of the way.
Same, but different. Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward.
Ouch.
Those pipes will be so hot.
yeah.
Look up there. If I could just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I going to get up there?
Don't yell at me.
If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile, how can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it?
I think you just did.
Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with.
Yeah, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with.
Hey, are you being sarcastic?
Let's see if there's anything I would swap here. Probably not. I just need to get Sissel up here.
All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, raise away.
I guess the hook must be motorized. I don't think Sissel could lift Lynn's weight all by himself.
Sorry, I just can't do it. Open it, hurry.
Is that any way to ask for something?
It's no use.
I can't budge it. It must be stuck.
Oh no. No! This way.
Looks like a hook of trash. How do you get phone reception in a submarine? What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down into the deep, deep sea, but I still want to try and make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light, light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness. And that's all for this week. Just kidding, folks. We're gonna keep going.
How do you get? They have the communication cables. That's how they get phone reception in a submarine. And those are also the internal lines.
These echo location and echo communication, obviously, and they chirp like dolphins. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. Did our Sissel have a change of heart? My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing?
I see you managed to survive, detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you?
You knew about me all along?
Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know.
Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you?
Sissel, look at you! What happened?
I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer.
You can't remember who you are.
That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel.
Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon.
Hang on, I got some spot on my glasses. Let's see if there's any more chat.
Who you are and who I am, too.
What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something's stirring in my mind. A memory about to emerge. I have a feeling I might know who this is, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. The nail biting emoji.
They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed, there's a hole in its hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now.
The Temsig fragment.
I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kinda got some of it figured out.
You want to hear my idea? I think that the narrator could be Jowd's wife, but we'll find out.
You think our protagonist?
We'll
The
find out.
meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers.
Like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects.
Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by.
They do?
Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago, a fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died.
Pretty much replace his heart, how big it
Yeah.
is.
So of course I received special powers.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too?
You know, you might be right.
Right next to the fragment.
Not the fragment, the whole
The
thing.
whole thing, yeah. Yeah.
Aren't the Timsic remains still right there in the park at the bottom of the crater?
You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too.
Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on it is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear.
So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite.
One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all in.
It makes about as much sense to me as anything else.
Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction.
What do you mean?
That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death.
Time just stopped, huh?
So I simply existed, not really alive, and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch.
Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with that scalpel.
So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him execute the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second.
So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped.
But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know. They had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Timsic. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And, as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Timsic fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, Detective. Me? If you weren't there in that park 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, or my hair. So of course you didn't recognize me. He's got a heck of a reach. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Guess 10 years will do that to a ghost. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan, anyway. I guess from her perspective, the guy she was talking to is just suddenly dead in front of her. They had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme.
I showed up.
I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared.
Uh-huh. The inspector in white was responsible for that one.
My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Timsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Timsic sooner or later. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no! There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface.
I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and...
There are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years? You what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea? This must be how you felt all along. Lynn? Camilla! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. I like all the luxurious furnishings crashed around. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry!
That's funny.
What is it, Sissel?
There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room?
What?
Why didn't they just steal the Timsic fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea?
That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute! Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jowd is.
That present from the inspector in white.
That's right, Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this.
But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there?
We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lee? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo?
A torpedo.
In any case, it's way too early to give up.
Looks like Detective Jowd's our last hope.
Come on, let's get started. So, my dad isn't here on the submarine?
Don't worry, we're gonna go get him right now.
Okay. I hope I didn't hurt Lynn's feelings. What I said about my dad saving us if he was here. Oh, don't worry about that. Comments like that just roll right off Miss Lynn's back. She's really thick-skinned. Ow. I'm gonna start being tougher, too. I want to make my dad proud of me. Miss Camilla.
I'm sure your dad's very proud of you, Camilla.
Okay, what do we do now?
We go find the command room that was launched somewhere into the sea.
What? Oh, just to let you know, I don't like water very much.
According to Lynn, the key to our plan is a torpedo, kind of a missile.
Missile? You have a missile right here.
I don't think she's talking about that kind of missile. Now then, where do we see another torpedo?
So his shell is definitely in the command room, right? Just without the fragment?
It's there, yeah, but I don't know about calling it a shell.
Detective Jowd's watch will tell us exactly where it is.
Right, he said it was a radio receiver, didn't he?
There might still be another torpedo on this submarine. If we use it, we can get to Detective Jowd.
That's a brilliant plan, Detective.
You think so?
So what are you gonna do, ride on top of the torpedo?
Of course not. You guys are going to go.
Darn, kinda wanted to see that.
Did you want to see me drown?
Why is this machine shoving grapes at me?
Well, this looks like the private cabin of that top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Oh, it sounds heavenly! I've been thinking about this for a while now. But don't you think this country's use of technology is just a little off?
Says the guy who made a deal with said country.
Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine's a bit busted. The torpedo room, huh?
There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out.
Oh, I get it! You're gonna use a missile to ram the patrol room!
Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up, but something like that.
Well, we'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer.
Okay, I'll see you there then.
Dogs can't eat grapes.
It's true, they're not good for him.
Looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it up into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now.
Okay, let's try it.
Good luck!
How's it going there?
I'm just calculating the command room's coordinates now. I have to put in a slight offset, though. Don't want to blow it up.
Sure, Detective Jowd would appreciate that.
Well, leave this to me. Good luck with loading the missile.
Okay, thanks.
You can't switch the missile to talk to. You know what it doesn't look like.
I can talk to Missile, though.
What happened to these 2 ladies?
I think that's up to us and our powers.
What?
This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile?
Me? Of course I will. Count on it.
Also, the lamp. The lamp is either Camilla's mom or I am.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I think, but we'll see. fudge, maybe it's broken. I don't think the entire device is broken, though. It would probably work just fine if I could only move this switch. We'll just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone.
Oh, I know what you gotta do.
Now I can use Doggy.
Please help my dad, Sissy. I'll be okay here. I'm not scared.
Leave it to me, Camilla. We'll be back with your father to save you, I promise.
Wait a minute, Sissel.
What is it?
What you just said, I wanted to say that.
Thank you, Missile.
We can do it. I know we can.
I don't think there's any reason to be down here, but I like that they give you the option to mess with things as Missile.
Swap balls, just cuz. Also, I'm gonna switch the lights, just cuz.
Missile's marking his territory.
No. No.
Just be gentle about your control stick usage.
It falls down. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable.
I'll set on this end too. But something's odd.
What is?
The command room, it looks like it's slowly sinking.
Sinking.
Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, but I guess I'll find out.
Right, okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you.
Okay, thanks.
I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room.
Okay, got it. Then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on till I get back. Some cat emojis.
Okay, come on, Missile.
Missile?
I'm sorry. I can't go.
What?
I can't. How can I leave? I can't leave Miss Millen and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it.
Missile.
I swapped the switches on the missile so it can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel.
I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels.
I want you to go, Missile.
What? But Miss Wynn.
You staying here won't change our fate, but if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope.
But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even I can understand that. But I couldn't stand that.
Don't worry, Missile.
Miss Camilla, I know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you.
I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry.
Miss Camilla!
That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch.
We're ready.
Sissel?
Yeah?
We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything.
I'm glad I met you, Detective.
But we're gonna see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile?
I like your idea. I didn't have any ideas. I was just along for the ride. That's right. We promised, little lady.
Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens.
Here goes then.
Good luck, friend.
These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I tried to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Detective Jowd!
I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna find him.
You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking, so I wonder what the masked man is gonna do.
Let's talk to Detective Jowd.
Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd.
Who are you? Are you Sissel?
Please excuse my appearance.
I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla? And what about Lynn?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Yanoa.
Oh, the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine?
You're in charge now, depth charge. I wish I knew.
I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers.
You followed us? Didn't even notice.
It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd.
Are you Yamiel?
So you remember me, do you?
How could I possibly forget?
So that's your real name, huh? Yamiel?
That's right.
These people on the Yanoa were calling you Sissel.
That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name.
Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night.
Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jowd?
Right. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers.
I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project.
Project? What project?
It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I'd never thought of for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies.
It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect.
I was the guy who built the core of the system.
The police arrested you, and then that incident happened.
He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage.
By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent?
About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yamiel.
10 years ago. My body was split from my soul, and I lost everything. And I got it backwards. I was sealed in eternal darkness for the GameCube. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence.
He was a ghost.
What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse.
I wonder if it'll cycle like through the whole cast if you let that.
He's a
text run
ghost.
long
What a
enough.
tricky case.
I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right.
sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering.
So that's why you murdered Alma.
The music's good for what it is. It is. I mean, it works for what we're doing.
That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt.
What?
It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal.
There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal?
A new life.
Life?
I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was they helped me with my revenge plot. But the second was a rebirth for me.
Rebirth? A new beginning, eh?
I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul. A name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. Finally, I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for.
A completely man-made life.
That's right. I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about.
You had no idea they were doing all this.
None at all. I was a fool.
So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsic meteorite from the park?
They couldn't.
Huh?
After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power.
My Inspector Capanella and the old pigeon guy, huh?
At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then, they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case.
Surveillance, huh?
Just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times.
Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy's one of them.
Nah, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. The park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale.
So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsic meteorites.
And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite.
So that's it, huh?
So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh?
Yeah, it's the ending I deserve.
But at least there's one thing you must be happy about.
What's that?
You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever.
Well, shall we get started?
Started with what?
Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course.
What? What good will that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them!
We can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now.
Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us.
Here we go, then. Back to 4 minutes before your death.
So, where are we headed?
We are not headed anywhere, Detective.
What?
There is only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective.
What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too!
By the way, I am not human, Detective. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective.
What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off!
We get that a lot, Detective.
Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore.
Commander Seath likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective.
Possibility? What are you talking about?
There is no need for you to know, Detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective.
Ugh. Camilla, forgive me.
It isn't over yet.
It isn't.
Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small?
Possibility?
In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning the situation around. Robot with Heihachi hair.
Detective this, detective that. My man sounded like Ra's al Ghul around here.
Where are we headed now?
Yeah. Dialogue.
Yeah.
Huh?
What is it, detective?
Look at Namia's shell.
There's an aura emanating.
There is no aura.
Oh, yeah.
Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment's gone.
Could this change in his shell? Give us some kind of lead?
I figured it out. I know it, this possibility, no matter how small, that they're afraid of is.
What is it?
My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic.
His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death.
Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment's been taken away.
Exactly. So what does that mean?
I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore.
The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse.
So let's see. That means we can go back. Back to 4 minutes before your death.
But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move!
10 years ago. Maybe.
But
It's pronounced rape.
Yes, I know.
I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. Final journey to the truth starts now.
All right.
Final chapter. We'll just put it on hold for now. Well, good playing, guys. When was Yamiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. We traveled back through time and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself.
4 minutes before death, Temsic Park.
Rude.
It's ready.
Hold it! Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon.
Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her.
Huh, kitten. Shoot, you might get hurt.
K.O.
Ghost trick for Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
She said, I knew you would joke that, but rude. The quitting.
What happened to all the other fragments? They burned up on re-entry. They're sequel bait.
He got the one good one.
You're all right now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So, that's the Timsic meteorite, eh?
It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle.
Changed all of our fates completely.
We can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. There was a cat. Anyway.
I don't know.
What's the matter, Detective Jowd?
To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. That meteorite fragment doesn't get him. I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change our fate of dying.
I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that.
This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future.
Okay, let's get started.
Meow, how are we going to save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything.
When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot.
But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break.
Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have a fragment move instead.
How'd Sissel get over there?
Miss Lynn looks so happy.
Sure, she's happy. She's about to eat some sweet potato.
And that happiness is about to be shattered in a single instant when she drops her sweet potato.
I don't think you're seeing the big picture. Anyway, we have to keep our eyes peeled for a chance to make our move.
Right. We won't drop the ball or the sweet potato. Ready.
Hold it! Why are you restarting?
Oops, I didn't know I did that. I was like, what? I guess I missed my moment. I forgot that right bumper does that. Because he was like, well, guess we better restart. I'm like, okay.
All right. See where you can see if you can move to the sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes are mid.
All right.
Let's examine the potato. What in the world is this thing?
Oh boy, you even forgot what a sweet potato is? It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good.
There's nothing like them on a cold winter. Oh, that's
me.
sorry.
They're sweet. They smell delicious.
These guys sure.
Sure, making me want to try one.
Stay back.
What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
You really started her. You even made her drop her sweet potato.
I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least your fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly.
They put their checkpoints in the weirdest places in these later chapters. Is there anywhere you can move to as Sissel? Okay. That gives you a little bit of a bridge.
missed my spot. I have to spray the potato up there.
We're gonna take you for a ride.
Oh, look at that sweet potato! The big scary sweet potato!
That's not a sweet potato missile. That's Mino.
Oh, right, of course. Look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying you can swap them, huh? Good idea, missile.
Okay, here I go. I'm gonna need your help.
My help.
Oh. I think you have to wait for the fountain to drop.
Yeah.
That was quite a sight to see.
Looks like this park just got a new feature.
But neither one of them even glanced this way.
Guess that's not surprising, seeing as even a meteorite doesn't distract him.
Hey, it was a desperate situation. Kill or be killed.
And Yomiel is killed right after this by the meteorite. Well, now that the park has a new feature, we can use it to our advantage. In any way? Or can we use it? First appearance of life.
Fail by removing a large symbol. That was an achievement. You probably get an achievement for shooting Inspector Cavanella with the hard hat.
Well, we can see why not.
Yeah, overwhelming presence of Mino there. If only we could use it to our advantage somehow. Can't reach those. I'm stuck here.
Yep, you're gonna have to restart. So it's spoiled that you fail.
Yeah.
Out of the way, dog. Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
Oof, oof.
Missile and potato purged.
Can't get him off.
You might be able to use Mino as or the lantern as like a nexus to swap the Mino and the lantern and the sweet potato all three places.
So I can lift it back up.
Yeah.
But then I just don't come out.
Yeah. Oh, look! The lamppost is bending!
But it hasn't broken yet.
It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It might just hold out for a little while longer.
If I recall, the Timsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down.
But if Mino sits firmly in its way...
Then fate should change.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down!
Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Oh, okay, that giant sweet potato! If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can!
Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change.
That's the longest second.
Fly potato.
Where did the lantern go?
There!
Oh.
How's that?
Look! The fragment's course! It changed a little!
Now Yomiel's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path?
In its path. No! Detective Jowd. The Timsic fragment shot through his leg,
What?
but the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet.
Come on, put it down.
Huh?
Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him.
I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver.
Put the gun down. No. I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
Oh, what happened?
Missile, the bullet stopped in midair.
I'm here, inside the bullet! Now let's swap it with something!
What? With what?
Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't on the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here.
Ooh.
Oh no. We stopped the bullet. We still couldn't save him.
That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious.
Okay, so your fate of death has changed. But still, this fate is just too painful to watch in every sense.
I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me.
But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning.
Look out! Wake up! You've got to get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work!
It's all over! We're out of time!
It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap with!
Why don't we just let it play
No,
out?
why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo it last 4 minutes as many times as it takes.
No, I won't do that.
Why not?
Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar in her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it.
But what can we do now? Even if we work together!
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What can Sissel and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel? Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this.
I don't get it.
Just trust me. Let's go.
Alright, I'll try to move there.
Now, gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it.
Dead though.
Oh, in that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you'll only have a split second. Got it. Now it's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? What can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it!
You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swapped him, it'll still be hard to bump his land!
Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap him. It's no use! We can't stop that horrible Vito!
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. No, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures.
Wait a minute, you mean...
That's right. I'm gonna save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Ye gods! Ah, you're awake.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit. But the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me, I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave.
Let me wipe the blood into your hair. My roast is ruined.
Ye gods.
A detective's badge?
This is the symbol of a real detective.
Now, don't look at that gross smashed man behind me.
Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive?
Yeah, sadly.
Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing?
To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It's as if somebody else was controlling me.
I see.
But, you know, I'm glad it happened.
Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over here.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. Doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
A platypus.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten?
Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way.
Whose fate?
That kitten's, of course. Sissel's.
Sissel!
Yeah. The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. Meow. Yeah, I realized as soon as I saw the stupid cat right next to his foot, I'm like, I'm the cat. These long, lonely 10 years.
You were my one and only friend.
Oh, yeah.
How about it? Do you remember now?
Meow.
This is not the first time we've seen that cat,
Mm-hmm.
old friend.
Hmm? I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Somebody please look at me.
Kitten, shoo, you might get hurt.
All the cat emojis.
Somebody please reach a hand out to me.
I only had just died at the time. I'd lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the Black Kitten, with no recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. Irony!
Meow. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back.
I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel."
The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. It makes sense that Sissel has been confused about the concepts of all kinds of things. So it's not that he forgot, it's that he's been a cat the whole time I didn't know.
Just like Missile.
Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him.
I can't read!
Yep.
For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. First, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away.
That's why the first shot was important. She shot the cat. Or maybe not.
Like that. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead.
Yeah, I got shot.
What?
She shot the kitty in the bag.
So she did shoot Sissel. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes. Oh,
Yes, that's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of Timsic radiation. That's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me?
It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
Huh? Why not?
Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things you can do that I can't.
You mean...
I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancée stay dead like that.
But you're here 10 years in the past now.
That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you.
A lot of the talk of what people see hinges on people living in the 2D plane. Yep.
In any case, now that the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. To be fair, there was a bag in the way. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you're right.
So this was the last fate to be averted, huh?
So, Yomiel, looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yeah, and I'm glad too. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness.
Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born.
Right. We should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again.
So these past 10 years will now all vanish.
Well, not completely.
Hmm?
The memories of all us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either, the most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel.
Yes?
When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just want to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry.
That's already a thing in the Lost Past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel?
Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you.
Me too, Yomiel.
Sissel, are we ever gonna see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't.
Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then.
Sissel, I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy.
Well, it looks like you've come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat.
Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jout. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again.
Wait! Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you.
The lamp.
Before I cease to exist.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you've forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I'd hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you.
But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory.
Yes, I know that. I know all about you.
Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you?
Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. If you hadn't been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town.
that had happened, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. Story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw toward his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred.
What? Look at that. Powers of the dead. The how?
He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway. But with all you now, I bet you understand it, don't you?
Hey, wait a minute. Died right next to him.
They really need to stop killing animals in his presence.
Yeah.
That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects.
He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady.
The little fellow chased after the men. There still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then, he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death.
What?
He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold.
So that was you, huh?
That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years.
Couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out.
Exactly. And then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I'd grown old. My powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me.
But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp.
Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects.
But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself?
Because I couldn't.
Huh?
From watching The Man in Red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example.
What?
It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody.
But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How'd you know so much about me?
Why wouldn't I? After all, we'd met before on that night the first time around.
What? We met before.
From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I'd learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at the junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came across an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. Made my fur stand on end, I can tell you.
That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well.
You had lost your memory that time, too. You just died. You felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me.
I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
That's what you said. And then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. You can grow old when you're dead.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't help you.
That's why I decided that this time I'd use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage.
Mutual advantage.
The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomio.
What?
I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. Then I gave you a time limit.
A time limit?
That's right. As you know, I said you only had till tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over.
Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist?
Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely.
Oh boy. Hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way.
Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I.
Missile.
I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Missile. So you waited and waited these long 10 years, all for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, huh?
Of course.
Because that's what doggies do.
Now then, farewell, Sissel.
And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to the new present.
Getting all their mileage out of that clock animation.
They're playing up the time travel bit of this game a lot.
Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here.
Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! It worked!
But it's not even my birthday today.
It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well, I wanted to use it again.
That's all right, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right?
Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home!
Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today.
Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh?
Something wrong?
You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though.
How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn?
What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective.
It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day?
When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow.
Destiny, eh?
And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me.
That you will. That you will.
Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little kitten.
That's right, the very one.
You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel.
Missile made Thea cry so much. Sissel.
It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, well, probably nothing.
I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. All right, everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just
that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. As an immortal cat! Neither living nor dead.
Schrodinger's cat.
I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. It looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while.
The fabled knife-eating technique.
There it is. That's the end. The big old twist was I was a Mr. Meow Meow. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn.
Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort.
Birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. I like the spaghetti technique.
Everything the man does must be stylish. There's a bunch of credit scenes.
There! How you like that? Not bad, huh?
But definitely not good.
Maybe now I could be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanella.
What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? All the emojis.
The cat's out of the bag, or the box, or whatever. Out of the bag, or out of Schrodinger's box.
Odd girl.
Here's your food, gentlemen.
Memory, what are you doing here?
I heard you were going to be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today.
So you took on a part-time job here again, just so you could eavesdrop?
I think...
Oh, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals.
I like his feet.
Me too. The little piggy. La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek. Curried chicken paradise. La la la.
Is this really necessary? Is this new curried chicken menu item?
Oh, but the very best customer requested it. Now, good luck with the taste testing.
Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway?
The disturbing man himself.
Mr. Sausage Head.
Cat and wiener skull.
Manabu Takeda. Are you sure we really need all these explosives?
Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said.
Wait a minute. 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams.
No! No! His head wiggled as the money was hitting it.
The man is 99% soft spot.
So this is where you work, huh, Papa?
That's right, sweetheart.
Darling husband, don't you have any ideas at all you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories. The indiscretions of a minister, perhaps?
Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel?
He's to the stodgy mind of my darling husband.
I like how less wrinkly he looks when he's not stressed.
That was a fun little game, though.
The meal is going quite well. Oh, I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man.
But you know, it's about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir.
God! Keep it together, man! Are you trying to give me a case of the papers? I believe I nearly died of fright just now.
So, the number of people you save over the course of the night,
Pumpkin roll husband.
9. You save 9 lives over the course of the game.
Oh, yeah? That's funny.
Love, peace, vengeance, long live rock and roll!
Stop the park from charging admission! Protect the rights of those who live here!
Just a plain old odd person.
Those who live in the park. Namely him.
I guess the miracle he saw must have been weirder than usual this time.
Today's the day, you know. He's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that.
Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it dance away the pain.
Real interested in that one. Think you can show it to me, say, like, next week?
You got it.
Glad he was able to regain use of his legs.
10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside.
Thank you, Sissel. Glad they give prisoners smocks.
Yeah. I wondered if it was going to show you the painting.
Oh, the wife's not in the picture?
Yeah, I guess not. Side character, not important. Cat, way more important. You can see why I guessed the wife.
Yeah.
You know, an important character.
Then, I
And
guess
this is it.
this is the
probably.
remake credits.
Well, it was a pretty good little game. It was a fun mystery. and it got about as weird as I expected a time traveling ghost story would. With the twisty turnies. And when you do time travel, it's just too easy to get lost in the weeds. Like, you can do such goofy stuff with time travel, and they did, but it was still fun.
I feel like they did a good job keeping it relatively restrained.
To an extent.
They were like, we have very clear rules. Here's how the rules work, and we're going to show you how far we can push the rules while still keeping constrained to those rules.
Yeah, so pretty much anytime you find a corpse, you can travel to 4 minutes before that corpse bit it.
Right.
So anytime you go to a graveyard, you would just see, like...
I think they were... I think Missile wasn't lying about you only have the day that they're dead.
Maybe.
So the only reason they were able to have that loophole is because of its
Yeah.
reservation.
Donut. Yeah, I generally liked it. I thought it was pretty fun.
Squeaky guy.
I enjoy story games.
All the mouse wanted to
Yeah.
a lot more sense now.
Yeah. Yep, it does. I enjoyed the overall just feel. I like having a story game, and the gameplay itself was kind of unique, where it was just little puzzles that you were solving. And sometimes it's nice to mix it up a little bit from a different kind of a game, It wasn't competitive, wasn't a shooter, wasn't a fighter, any of that kind of stuff. It was just mystery solving and puzzle solving, which is fun.
And I like that they have almost like an incentive to solve the puzzles wrong with the goofy, oh, you made it worse moments.
Right, getting achievements for it apparently. I didn't do that a whole lot of times in my playthrough.
Shoot Inspector Cabanella with a Met hat. Ghost Advisor. Oh, I wonder if they died during the production.
Or if they were like a professional that talked about ghosts.
They had a medium on staff.
Cleared ghost trick.
Fate
Fate
averted.
averted. I can now change the background
You can have
to,
the cat back.
to meow. And that's it, friends. That's probably a good time to wrap her up for today. We did yeah. Lots of hearts. I had a good time. We probably did a solid 2 hours.
Looks
Because
like
we got started around 1:15 or something. So that's a good time to call her quits here. I missed several achievements, probably killing people.
Mystery of the Secret Room.
So
avert fate
without
without
any
any deaths.
deaths.
Take aim and nail it on the second try. Avert fate
No
without any
deaths.
deaths. Lead the way outside.
without failing. So like running past all the guards without
Yeah.
getting caught. Complete all 5x5 ghost puzzles.
Oh, those are little mini games that unlocked, apparently.
Fail by keeping the ball away from Mino. And clear all challenges. So that's if you get everything else. But I don't think I'm going to bother to get all of them.
No maximum achievement. No achievement hunting here.
No, this is a story game. This isn't an achievement game. That's kind of silly to me. But I had fun. It was a good game. So, friends, we will probably pick it up again next Saturday.
I like the icon for the achievement of failing in the last chapter. It's crying, baby Lynn.
Yeah.
It's crying.
Yeah, it was a fun ride. We'll have to figure out more. I have more Alan Wake to play through. I don't feel like playing through it today because we did a long
We had
Ghost
to
Trick
knock
session
the whole
today.
chapter out, but
So I'm
we
fine.
got Alan Wake, and we got lots of games to choose from. There's games that he wants to show me. There are games I want to show him. We got all sorts of stuff. So
We'll figure out something fun to do. But
thank you for being here. This was a great time. Always loves. In the words of Hobbes, that moment of dawning comprehension is what I live for.
if you guys have something that you're like really wanting to see as well, I could be open to it. You could make some suggestions, or maybe I could throw some suggestions at you, and then you could let me know if something sounds good. So feel free to comment on the Loser Facebook page or Instagram page, and I should be able to see it if you have any suggestions or any thoughts at all regarding this. So peace, friends.
Farewell.
See y'all later.